Hey guys, welcome to another webinar. And I hope you're having a beautiful and wonderful time. So, if you've never been here before, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome again. If you've never been here before, we use three main strategies. And before I go from there, let me put a quick disclaimer out there. This is simply for educational purposes only. It has nothing to do with me telling you what to do with your money. You can do whatever you like. I'm just showing you a specific way I look at the market. So there's more disclaimer in the description. Nevertheless, let's move on. So now the strategies we look at is COT report, seasonality, and probability. And what this means is commitment of traders report is what COT means. And it's information available to us by the United States government that we can see what the big boys are doing. Right? Big boys, for example, the producers of gold. So people that go and mine gold, for example, we want to know what they're doing. If they're buying gold, if they're selling gold, if they're selling some of the gold they mine, we want to know what they're doing. And if we follow those guys, they're mostly right than the non-commercial guys. So those guys are classified as commercials, and non-commercials are classified as people like you and I. So we're talking about institutional traders, banks, insurance company, whatever it is, those guys are non-commercials. And then you have the non-reportables. They're simply non-reportables. Right. So these are like possibly the exclusive or the exclusive club. Now, what we tend to do is we want to follow what the commercials are doing. So if they're going specific position, so for example, now long means buy, short means sell. So if those guys are going up, for example, if this is green, for example, we tend to want to follow that. But we just don't follow that. We use something called seasonality to back that up. So let's open that in the tab. So basically, this is seasonality, and seasonality has 5 years, 15, and 47 years. And what this means simply is the average price movement in the last 5 years, 15 years, and 47 years. Okay. So if we take that off, it lets us see it a little better. So if, for example, gold was going long, if this was green, going up, what tends to happen is we want to look at this as well. Are we at the season of this going up? So you overlay all three and look for it. Where all three aligns is where you want to go in. So we are the 12th of May right now. And right here, you can see there's no clear signal. The 5 years, which is the blue, is showing long. The 47 years is showing sideways. And 15 years is showing down. So if you see there's no straight route for that, and you can also see the COT report on the commercials, they're not really telling us anything. They're not really going up or they're not going down. Even non-commercials are not going up or down. You get so only non-reportables you can see some of them going long. But we don't follow these guys or these guys anyway. So because these guys are not doing that, we let that be. Now I like to look at the COT first because it's quite easy. I know where I'm going. Then I go to the seasonality. Hold on a second. Getting cold in here.
Don't know how it happened, don't know how they got invited. Was good with cabin fever, and maybe that helped create the space, business tension.
So basically, um, now let's look at S&P 500, for example. You can see non-commercials going both longs, commercials are not even going anywhere. So you let that be. Then you go Dow Jones, same thing. So I can literally scan through the market very quickly. Now, just looking at this. Even though you have this on the very high side and this is on the low side, you don't want that. Yeah. So I would still leave this be. So guys, I'm just trying to show you how easy it is to scan the market. It's not every time you're gonna be in the market. Sometimes things will not look good. Sometimes it'll look good. As you can see now, there's so much going on.
I know exactly where I put it at.
So this looks good. But I've never traded this before. I don't even know what that's it. That's what that is. So that I say we let that be. So what I'm getting at, guys, is look, there's strategies out there that help you see the market clearly, and you only want to use those strategies, right, when they are in alignment. If they're not in alignment, you let it be, and that's the week for the market. You don't have to touch the market. You let it go. So that's all I have for you guys today. I know it's not much, but it still helps to look at the market every now and again. All right, guys, take care of yourself and have a good one. Godspeed. God blessings.